Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video because this look is such a freaking vibe, and I created it with the Adept Cosmetics emo palette. This went on a little journey like throughout the United States before it got to me, which is why this video is kind of late, but I have had so much fun with this and I cannot wait to show you guys this look, create another one with you, show you the swatches, and just show you some of my favorite color combos in the palette. But let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Heather and I truly do love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup. I like the grungy makeup, all of it. And if you guys love those things too, hopefully you will want to subscribe and stick around. I do have lots of fun videos coming up and I hope to see you down below in the comments. But we got to talk about this palette. So I did get this in PR. This is my second piece of PR from Adept Cosmetics, and I am so honored and so happy to have it in my hands. This, dare I say, maybe my favorite color story that they've ever come out with. It is truly so freaking gorgeous and captivating and beautiful and all of the fun things. So if you have not picked this up yet and you do plan on picking it up, I do have a code. It is AOML and it will save you 10%. My code is affiliated, so if you choose to use it, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. I am so excited about this one. So just a little details. This palette does retail for $72 US. It is packed with multi-chromes, duochromes, holochromes, all of the chromes, and they are freaking gorgeous. I was looking to see like if they have details on the shades and stuff, but I don't see any personally. So I know for a fact it does have like 2 holos, but like I said, this is so packed full with so many freaking gorgeous shades, and hopefully my swatches will do them justice. But I think this is fantastic. I also am pretty sure they restocked the MINKA palette, and if you want to see like looks and stuff with that, I do have a video up. And I also wanted to let you guys know the blush palette I used today, which is the Duality, is on sale. Like they have a lot of stuff on sale. VIVETTE is on sale. I love that palette. I also have a video up with that, and the Unity bundle, which I have a video of that as well, is on sale. They have a ton of stuff on sale right now. I'll link their sale page down below, along with this palette, my code, and all of the other products that I use in both of these looks, in case you guys are interested in shopping them. My links that are affiliated will always have an asterisk in front of them. The ones that don't are not affiliated, but I do like to put everything, you know, that I use. That way if you guys are interested in anything. But with all of that being said, I am so excited to show you guys how I created this look. I feel so cute in like my little eye nose ring today. I felt like it really went with the vibe. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna get you guys zoomed in and we're gonna get started with look number 1. Let me know down below if you've already picked this up. If you did, what are your favorite combos you've created with it? Give me some ideas. I'm going to give you guys some at the end of look number 2, but let's go ahead and get into look number 1. I am so excited for today's video. You guys, this is so freaking beautiful. I haven't used it yet, so I'm going off just swatches and color story, but I think this is my favorite color story they have ever done. It is so freaking gorgeous. So I want to show you what is on my face. First, the lips. This is the best matte black lipstick I have ever used, and it is from Unearthly Cosmetics. It is a part of the like lip trio they released with the Gargoyle collection. I freaking love it. When you like look really close, there's like little tiny like micro silver glitter reflex in it. It is so stunning. And I used their black liner in the shade Villain as well. But on my face, I have, well, I mean, your lips are on your face too, Heather. I mixed 2 primers I did the Glowy Super Gel. I always get it backwards. I have the shade Star Glow, and I mixed it with the Yummy Skin from DENESSA MYRICKS in the shade Fresh Pressed. For foundation, I am using the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. I love that as well. For powder, I switched it up. We went in with some Huda Beauty Powder. I really do love this one. I think it looks like blurring and smooth on the skin. And for concealer, I did the YENSA again. And my Rare Beauty Contour. You guys know I love it so much. So for blush, I did a mixing situation. I used one of the Unearthly Paranormal Plush Cream Blush. I did the shade Blood Moon. And I did it like more towards the back half of the cheeks. And then I went over it with one from the Duality palette from Adept. I love this blush palette. It's going to be awesome for spring. But I really love this Cool Tone Purple blush. And I felt like it really goes with the vibes of the palette. So that is what I used. And for highlighter, I used the shade I'm Sprung from Unearthly Cosmetics. It is truly gorgeous, but I did top it with the shade from the palette, Seafoam, and I think it looks beautiful. I love it. Brows, I did the same brows I always do, the Precisely My Brow and the Detailer, but I whipped out a new Major Brow Lamination Gel from Patrick Ta, and I love the way they look. Those are my favorite brow products of all time. I have to leave my phone turned on right now because we're about to get company and I have to help them when they get here, so I have to wait for Amanda to text me, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And now we have to create a look, and I already have something in mind. This palette is so freaking beautiful. Like, do you see that shade MC1? It takes my breath away. I had to reapply my lipstick because I've been drinking Red Bull. As soon as I started the video, everyone showed up. So it's been a minute since I was here last. I am so excited to create a look with this. It is about to be so freaking good. It's so delicious. I love like this cool toned color story. Like I said, I do think it may be one of my favorites they've ever done. So we're going to dig in. I want to start out with the Singe Beauty E06. And we're going to start with this shade here, Pear. I see so many fun color combos in this palette. I'm just so excited. I wish I could do more looks with it. But like I mentioned in my new makeup releases, this palette did get lost in the mail. So it took a while for it to get to me, and everyone and their mother has already like uploaded with it, but I wanted to put my 2 cents in the mix. Hopefully you guys will end up loving the looks. Hopefully I'll end up loving the looks, but I just want to put Pear on the inner corner, and I think it's pretty. I don't know why my camera was just blurry, but sorry about that. I always feel guilty when people are over and I have to come up and film, but I'm also like super excited to film with this at the same time. I want to use something maybe a little more fluffy. Let's use an E03. I kind of feel like I want this to be like super blown out. And I'll take an E04 and go ahead and run this along the lower lash line on the inner part as well. You will probably be able to hear talking through this whole video. Amanda is like a very animated talker, and she's actually like right under me. She gets carried away. And I like that for the inner corner. I think that's super pretty. But the part I'm like so excited about, let me move these brushes to the other side so they don't get mixed up. I'm doing another E06. And like I was getting ready to say, the part I'm excited about is going to be this outer corner. So we're going to start with this one, Grayable. Love the shade names as well. But I want to pack this out here. I probably should not start with this shade actually. I'll just go ahead and leave the light dusting because it is like very, very light, which means it probably has a lot of like that white pigment in it. And I don't want to lose like the depth. I mean, it's an emo palette, so I have to do at least one emo look in this video, you know? So actually I'm going to clean off the E06 and I'm going to move on over to the shade here, Storm, and then I'll use Grayable to like blend it out because I do want this look to have a lot of that purple as well. But I'll just run this shade through the crease first. I picked up some of the Adept brushes, but my order was messed up. So I got 4 of like the face product brushes, and I do like them so far. Today was my first time using them. They're very, very pretty. The handles on them are super gorgeous. So I picked up the SC1. It's like a cream product brush, and creams are my favorite right now. So that's what I went with. And the P5, which is the foundation, and I love the shape of this one. So this is the P6. I use this one for bronzer and contour situations, and I used this one today for the blush, and I loved it. Actually, it was the opposite. The smaller one was contour, but the concealer brush I like, but I don't see it replacing my FO1, or is that FO2 from Singe? It's the FO2. I love that freaking brush. But all of that to say, I did pick up the eye brush set, and my order was messed up, and instead of getting like all of the brushes, I only got one, which is the E14. So I'll go ahead and try this for, you know, just the sake of trying it, but I'm going to use that shade Storm to apply. This is my first time trying any brushes from Adept. For some reason it feels like they've come out with them before, but I'm not sure on that. But I will say these are like so super soft, and I love the handles. They're gorgeous. But I'll have to like wait till I get all of them in so I can actually give you like a legit review on them. I love the shade of this shade Storm. It's pretty. I'm switching over to the E08 though. Singe Beauty had a sale on their 2-year birthday. I posted it on my community tab. I didn't want you guys to miss out on it if you've been eyeing anything from Singe. But I did pick up another FO2 because, like I said, it's my favorite. I want to have one for concealer and one for eye primer. And I also picked up another, like a second expansion set because I love those. Those are probably some of my favorites, which includes the E08. I just think they're gorgeous. But I'm excited to get those in. I also picked up the new release from Pat McGrath, and I do want to do some looks with that. I'm excited to finally get to try a Mothership palette. I'm hoping it's going to be fun. And who saw that Bella Beauty Bar is showing a new release? Like they're sneak peeking it. It looks like it's going to be something green, and I'm down. I'm just going to work on like building this up. I keep going back and forth in between the smaller to bigger brushes, which would be the E06. This one is like more dense, so it really packs on the color. And then I like to use the fluffier one, the E08, to help blend. I'm also going to take the E04. I'm going to just clean this one off and use that same shade Storm. And we're going to just run this along the lower lash line. I really want to buff this down. This look is going to be such a vibe. At least, you know, the way I have it like planned out in my head, I feel like it's going to be super good. The highlight goes so well with the nails. Now I'm going to go in with the E03, and we're going to dip into this shade here, Grayable. Man, it's palettes like these make me wish I could wash this off and like create something else after and be able to do like 2 looks in a day, but unfortunately my eyes do not like that at all. But this one is so gorgeous. So I'm just using that on this E03 and really like blowing this out, diffusing it. And I want it to, the color to be like bigger, you know what I mean? My, well, Amanda's 2 dogs, they're mine too now, but we always separate them by like Amanda's dogs, my dogs, but they do not like company. They bark like the whole time people are here. It like really stresses them out, which I hate for them, but when you have anxiety like me and Amanda do, it's really stressful for all of us, I think. And then they feel our anxiety and it makes them worse. But now I'm going back into Storm and I'm deepening up. I'm like getting carried away with myself and just like kind of playing, getting lost. It's so fun. I did think this was going to be like more purple than what it is, but I may have taken that blue up too high and now it kind of like doesn't have the space to like let the purple like really shine through. So I cleaned off the E06 and I'm going to take more of Grayable and do more of a tapping motion to really help pack this on. That way the purple kind of shows through more, and then I'll use one of the other brushes with Grayable to really bring that, like blend that blue shade into the purple. It's gray, but it's like gray with a blue cast. Honestly, if this look would have been really pretty without the purple even, but with the shimmers I have in mind, I do feel like I need a little bit of it. Okay, so this would not be a me look if I didn't deepen up, and I really, really want to dig into some of Deep Abyss. Man, that shade right there is so stunning. But I'm going to do that on a Sigma E27 and start working my way back here. I do want this look to have a lot of depth though. I'm going in like trying to create the emo vibe. I think this palette may be a little too colorful for emo, but that's coming from someone who never really did the emo thing, which I liked it. It just wasn't me. My mom would have never allowed it, to be honest. She would have never let me. But and I never did it like as I got older. The emo thing was like really popular when I was in high school. My little cousin did it and her brother did it. So both of my little cousins, and they were such a vibe. Both of them. I loved it. My grandma wanted me to be emo. She loved it. My grandma was like the coolest freaking grandma ever. I love her so much and miss her dearly, but she was such a vibe as well. So all that to say, I don't know, like really fully don't have an opinion on it because I never was emo, but it does feel like it might be just a little too colorful to be called emo, but at the same time I feel like you could take this full on emo, and I'm gonna do my very best to do so. I'm using the E04 and using some of that shade at Deep Abyss to deepen up the lower lash line situation. I can't wait to hear like what you guys think of this matte situation, but do you see like how beautifully these mattes just blend out? It's freaking awesome. I love it so much. I have like 15 minutes on the camera right now and half of it was me lollygagging, so it really didn't take much time at all. So I'm gonna go in with a glitter glue. Does Adept have a glitter glue? I need to look that up. I think I'm gonna do the Cleona Shine On. I've really been enjoying this one a lot lately. My schedule has been like really messed up lately, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to get back on track. My brother went and stayed back with my mom, and it kind of threw me off schedule having to take that drive, but that and like appointments and company and all of those things has like really messed up my schedule. So thank you guys for hanging in there with me while I get it all lined back out. So now we're doing shimmers, which I'm sure you've already guessed. I think I need a little bit more glitter glue. Okay, so now that that's had time to sit for a minute, I want to dig in. You guys, I'm so excited. These shimmers are so delicious. So let's do Coal Dust first. You guys know, I love one of these like dark, moody shimmers, especially when placed out here. It really just helps like meet the like deeper outer corner with the lid shades. Adds the contrast and depth in the best way, but I'm so excited to put that on my lid. Let me show you guys a swatch of this. You are going to love it. It's so fantastic. I am so excited. Where are my, I couldn't find my remote to my lights. I just have to show you what it looks like with the lights off, like those freaking holographic glitter flips. They're so good. It makes me so excited. So I'm going to take MC1 and we're going to place this here. This is going to be our bright pop that I love doing in my looks. It makes me so excited. It's everything I wanted. Honestly, this matte green would be pretty if you could just like diffuse it, which it totally would, especially if you used a brush. But you know me, I can't just use one shimmer or two shimmers. I gotta do the max amount because I want to try them all. So I was thinking Seafoam, and I might still do some of that in the inner corner because that is what I have, well, some of what I have on my cheeks. But I think the shade I want to try is Allure. Is it? No, it was this one. Dormant. Which one? This one's pretty, but I don't think it'll go with this look as well as this one. So I don't know if that's how you pronounce the shade or not. So I'm using the E01 from Singe, and I'm just going to spray it. Maybe I should do two. And we're gonna just plop this here. It's so pretty. I forgot to spray it that time and I felt it fall. That's my bad. Oh, it's so pretty. Then I like to kind of take my finger. I'll use like my pinky for the shade I did on the front half of the lid. And then my ring finger with the hollow, and I like to kind of tap to get them to blend, but I also don't want to lose MC1 because that shade is insanely freaking gorgeous. Okay, I think I want to take some of MC1 and I'm going to clean off the E01. I'm going to pick up some of that. We're going to do that on the lower lash line as well. Just like right down here. And then I'll take some more of that like green shade. And plop that there. Then cleaning off the brush. The question is, do I want to do Seafoam or do I want to do this one? Maybe I should save that one for tomorrow's look. Oh, I don't even know what I want to do tomorrow because I want to play with them all. So we'll do Seafoam, which is this really gorgeous seafoamy shade. And I don't really want to spray this because I don't want it to be like full on intense. So stunning. I love it. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm going to use the E11. I picked up some more of that Deep Abyss, the black shade. And I'm going to flick this in the outer corner situation. The question is the liner. I feel like it's an emo look. I need to do black, but every part of me is wanting to do like that shade Icebreaker in the inner part. I'm thinking maybe I'll do like an ombre situation or something. But this is so beautiful. I love it. But I'm gonna go finish this look up off camera and I'll be right back and to show you guys the finished look. I'm in love. I think it's so beautiful. I am back with the finished look and oh my god, I love this so much. It's been so long since I've done a full-on black liner, but I think it's so beautiful. I am so happy with it. So few things I'm happy about. One is I repurchased the Tower 28. I think it's the Make Waves, yeah. Make Waves mascara in the shade Jet. This is my favorite mascara and I forgot just how much I love it until I put it on today. But I do have lashes on as well. They are the Bright Lashes in the style Adorn. I think they might be my favorite from them. I love their lashes so much. I have a whole drawer dedicated to Bright Lashes. They're freaking fantastic. But for a liner, I did 2 liners. So in the waterline, I used the Glisten Cosmetics liner in the shade Black. I'll have it linked down below. And I do like that one so far. This is my first time trying the black. But for the top, I used one from Melt. This is their Ultra Matte Gel Liner in the shade Onyx. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I kind of like smoked it out around the lash line and I just think it looks so beautiful and grungy and makes me so happy. I also added a little purple into the highlight and I did that with the Adept Duality. I used the shade Sometimes Violet. Listen, this palette is so freaking divine. It's going to be so good for springtime. I'm so happy to have it in my collection. These blushes are fantastic, but so are the highlighters. I think they're freaking gorgeous. But I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. I think it looks so like beautiful and fantastic. Hopefully you can see a full look of it. I think I'm going to create a reel for Instagram because this is just so fantastic. The whole outfit is a vibe. But so far I'm having a blast with the palette. I love the Adept formula, so honestly I had no doubts that it was going to be great. So I can't wait to play with some more of the shades tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm going to create. I really want to do something with the greens and the gold. That would be pretty. Or I could do something with the pink and the brown and then do something on the lid. I'm really not sure, so I guess we'll both be surprised together. But let's go ahead now and move on to look number 2. If you like this look, let me know down below. I am back and ready for look number 2, and I'm starting this video out really excited, not only to use the palette, but also I found my Lawless lip liner and I'm so excited. So this is in the shade Pink Slip, and the lipstick I'm wearing is also from Lawless in the shade Daisy Girl. I feel like it might go perfect with the look. We'll have to see. So for primer, I actually used something new and mixed it with something older. So it is Grown Alchemist Skin Defense Primer. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I've been excited to like see how it wears. It does look like very smoothing and blurring, which makes me super excited. Also, I'm going to try to get this video up soon, but the foundation I wore is the Urban Decay Face Bond, and it's currently like half off on Sephora's and Ulta's website. So I love this. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the only foundations I have that does not go into my fine lines. I think it's beautiful. So what kind of foundation is this? It's more like, I would say natural. It could be matte. I'm not 100% sure. To me, it's natural finish, but the reason I'm not sure is because I always use a glowy base, so that kind of messes with the foundation, and I don't know which it is. Hold on, I'll look it up. Yes, it's currently $20 right now, which is awesome. I have mine in the shade 5, which is a perfect match for me. Makes me so excited. But this is a self-setting waterproof foundation that is a buildable medium coverage foundation that absorbs sweat and sebum for a natural looking matte finish that is both smudge and transfer resistant up to 24 hours. So natural looking matte. So I agree with all of those claims completely. I love it so much though. It's probably one of my most used. I did pick up a new bottle because this one is almost empty. It doesn't look like it because I shook it up, but anyways, the primers I used the one I just told you about, but I mixed it with the Say Super Glowy Super Gel. I always say that. I always get it backwards, but I have mine in the shade Star Glow. And again, I used my YENSA concealer, and I love that for all the same reasons that I love the Urban Decay one, only this is like real full coverage. It covers up my very dark under eyes. So brow products are the same as yesterday. And for bronzer, I used the bronzing stick from Rare Beauty. I'm trying to finish it up. I was like not using it just to keep what was left in this, and I'm like, girl, you gotta stop doing stuff like that because then it just goes bad. If I want it again, I'll allow myself to repurchase it. This is my second or third one. I can't really remember. So for cheeks, I did the My Dream Trio from Natasha Denona. I love the formulas in here. So today I did the blush, and then I used like the Glow Cream base on like it for highlighter at the high points, but I went over it with these two highlighters from one of my favorite blush palettes. This is from Adept. It is the Amy Loves. I think it's so beautiful. Like I said, it's one of my top favorites. And for powder, I used the Huda again. I really loved the way that looked yesterday, and it made me excited and really want to use it again today. So now let's get into the palette. I am so excited to create another look. I've went back and forth on what to do. There's so many things that I want to use, but unfortunately I only have time to do 2 looks, so I'm just gonna do what I can, and I'll like show you guys some color combos at the end. But this palette is gorgeous. I was really wanting to be able to use this shade, Another Hollow, because you guys know how much I love hollows. I am drawn to them probably more out of anything else, but I really want to do something with the greens and the soft pinks today, hence the shirt. I mean, I guess the pink isn't the same color as the shirt, but you know, we'll pretend that it is. So for like eyeshadow base today, all I used is my YENSA concealer. I could have used a primer, but to be honest, I am excited. Ooh, yes, they're showing it. It's called Green Goddess. I am so excited. Someone just made a comment on today's video, which was the new makeup releases, and said something about it. And I was like, wait, did I miss something? But no, I didn't. I'm excited to see what that is, though. I think it's going to be super fun. So now the question is, what exactly do I want to do? I know I want to do something with the greens, and I kind of want to use some of this shade as well, which is so pretty. Do I do another two-tone look and like do some of this softer color in the inner corner and then work this back here? I think that might be what I do. No, I think I'm going to do it different, a little different this time. So I'll do the green matte up top and then the pink one down below, and then deepen up, put the pop of pink on the lid and all of the things. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it's good though. So I'm going to start out with the E06, and we're going to dip into the shade Pear. I just love this color story so much. It's been so fun to play with, and like I said, I see so many different color combos in this. And I just want to do them all immediately. Ooh, I just had the moment where my dream from last night just like popped into my head. Ugh. Anyways, I'm switching over to the E08. And we're going to use this to really just blend this up and out. So I am reading right now The Rebel Witch. I started the, what was it? The Crimson Moth. That's not the actual name of it. I think it's called Heartless Hunter. And it was really good. I think I told you guys about it yesterday. But last night I started Rebel Witch. And I just really don't know where this story is going to go. And there's really like no spoilers online. I typically do read spoilers. I have like really bad anxiety. And sometimes when it becomes too much, I have to look, because I also have like PTSD and it can be triggering. So sometimes I do have to look, and I know a lot of people are probably like, what? Why would you spoil it? But this is where I'm at right now. I'm switching over to the E03, but I have no idea what I'm going to read after this. I do have like the next 2 books in the Emily Wilde's like encyclopedia. I can't remember the exact name of it. Book, and I'm excited to read those. Those were the first one of that series was kind of hard for me to get into, but it was one of those things like once I did, I was really into it. But I don't know, like I don't have a whole lot on my like TBR at the moment. I need to like go through my shelf and see like what else I have to read, because I had some stuff that I picked up on a pre-order and some of it's come in, and I have to like try to remember what the series was even about. Like I said the other day, I have the worst memory when it comes to stuff. But now we're going to do Light Touch with the E04, and I want to do that down here. And I'm going to just take this all the way to the back. It's been so nice outside here, and like we've had our AC back on and stuff, and I woke up this morning and it was 50 degrees in our house. It was so cold because we had the AC on and the temperature dropped like low again. I'm like, God, can we please not just have like a warm spring? I'm so sick of the cold. It's disheartening, you know. I'm going to switch to the E05 from Singe and go back into that soft pink. I'll make these 2 colors like work better together with the deepening up shade that I'm going to use today. Okay, so now I want to use the shade Black and Brown. And I'm going to do that on an E27. The matte situation today is going to be like super easy. I mean, honestly, all of it is. But I want to use this to deepen up like most of the way through the crease. And I'll also use the little E11 with some more of that shade Black and Brown, and deepen up like down here as well. I'm just running this through like most of the crease, and then I'm going to switch back over to the E06, pick up just a little more of that, not too much, but I do want to bring this up a little higher and like blend it out a little smoother into that green. I'll probably like have to go back and forth between the 2 shades to really like diffuse it into that color. This really is like a really deep brown situation. I would have liked to see like a more mid-tone brown in here, but I also understand it might not necessarily go with the vibe of the palette. Now I'm going to do a similar situation with the lower lash line, but I'm going to use the E07 to really like add that deep dark color as close to the lash line as I can get most of the way in. And then I'll go in with the E05 with more of that pink shade, Light Touch, and just go back and forth until I get these two like blended out. Okay, so now for the favorite part, at least my favorite part, the shimmers. I think I know what I want to do, but we're going to have to see if it turns out. I'm going to go in with Shine On Glitter Glue from Cleona. I've used this one a lot lately. Okay, so like I said, this is my favorite part, but I keep going back and forth on what I want to do. It's really hard to freaking decide, but I know I want to use this shade here called Backdraft. It's so freaking beautiful. I almost said it's so back. But look at it on the hand in the swatch. It's so pretty. It makes me so excited. Such a gorgeous shade, so fiery. But that's the shade I want to place out here. I think it's stunning, and I knew it would bring like a little pink to this look, but that's kind of giving, even though it looks pink in the pan, it looks more like a fiery orange on the eye. And I'm not mad at it. I think it's a gorgeous combo. But the thing I keep going back and forth on is what to do on the inner part. And now that I see this color has changed, it really kind of makes me wonder what I should do. That one would be good. This is the shade Allure. It's stunning. I used this one yesterday, which would go so well with this. It's the shade Dormant. And then we have Seafoam that I haven't used yet. That one would go well. Also, Whisper is really pretty. I was thinking that maybe for the inner corner. And then Another World is another one I haven't used, which totally doesn't go with this. And then Gold Rush, which would have went had I not, like if I would have put that here, I could have put that back here, but I'm not really feeling that one either. So taking off the two that I don't plan on using. Which one? I think I'm going to use this one, which is the shade Allure. I mean, that one would go better, but like I said, I did use that one yesterday, and I try not to use similar shades if I can help it. I mean, I know I brought the green in, but you know, I can only do so much. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this on the pinky first and just pat this down. And I do like to bring it a little up and over. It's really pretty. Then I'm going to clean off an E01 from Singe. Where is my setting spray? There it is, right in front of my face. And we're going to go into some more of that shade Allure. Oh man, I can hear it raining and it like hitting the roof. It's making me so sleepy. It's a wonderful sound, but not when you're like trying to stay awake. That is so pretty together. Let's add some of this green shade Seafoam as well. Let's do Seafoam. Do I want to do that down here on this pink? Why not? Let's do a little bit of Seafoam right down here. Guys, see my brain hard at work. Yeah, that's really pretty. Then I want to take some more of that pink shade that I use, Backdraft. It's freaking gorgeous. Then I want to take this shade Whisper. This shade is so pretty because it's like one of those shades you can build it up and make it like straight up white. Like so. Look, like that's so like wet and glossy looking. Gorgeous highlight. But it's also one of those shades like if you didn't have the glitter glue down, you could just tap it and add like the most beautiful like glittery reflect sheen on top of the lid with no color on the lid, like no mattes. Or you could do like a simple wash of color, like one of these lighter shades, and just kind of tap it over, and it's gonna give you like this most beautiful ethereal kind of look. And I think that's fun. It really adds something to the palette. You could do like a full-on matte black smoky eye and then tap that shade all over the lid. It's going to be gorgeous. So I did want to take some of that on the E01. I almost forgot what I was doing for a second. And add some brightness here. I probably should have cleaned that brush off actually, because I've got a little bit of a green tint there. So I'm just going to go over that with my concealer brush. And then I'll use this little Cliona Bad to the Brow brush and pick some of it up. But now I want to go in with my other E01 and go into the shade Black and Brown and just make sure these two kind of blend better together. I love this. I think that's so pretty. I have no idea what I'm going to do for liner though, but I am really excited to see like how this turns out. I think it's gorgeous. I feel like that feels like gapped a little bit right there. So I'm trying to think like what could I do to change that? Maybe let's take another one of these little Cliona brushes. Just press a little more of that shade, but you see it kind of looks pink down here, but I think it's because I put it on that pink. So let's try that out. I'm going to swatch some of that shade Light Touch on the back of my hand, and beside it let's do the shade Black and Brown, because that's the only thing that was really on the lid. You see we got like a little smooth swatching situation. And then I'm going to take that shade Backdraft and kind of put it over top. And let's see like if it changes. Yes, it does. See how it's much more pink on the pink, but then on that deeper shade you get that more orange fiery flip. That's such a stunning shade. It also pulls a little more green as well. So pretty, but because of that, this shade I feel like doesn't really look the way I want it to. So I'm going to take my E07 from Singe Beauty, the shade I used that deep color on, and dip into a little more of that shade Black and Brown. And add just a little bit there, and then go back in with that Backdraft. Kind of top over it. There we go. That makes more sense to me. Then I'll grab a little of Seafoam and we'll just tap that to where it blends. I'm trying not to get anything in my eye. My eyes are watering a lot today, but that makes more sense to me. You guys will have to let me know like if you think it made a difference or not. I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm just using the E11 to help blur that a little more, but I would love to hear your thoughts. But that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and go finish this look off camera. We're gonna see like if it really comes together with the lashes, but I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I'm back with the finished look, and I did a thing today and I cut my bangs, and I'm pretty sure I jacked them up, guys. But the good thing about bangs is they grow really fast, and it's hard to tell like how messed up they are because they're not like laying correctly. Where I had them pulled back, I have like a floof, so they could just look uneven. They are a bit short as well, but like I said, bangs grow back fast, so it's okay. Anyways, I had to change the shirt and the lip because it was all wrong, and I really wasn't feeling the look that much. But once I changed everything, now I'm like, hey, you know, I feel so much better. It really just brought it all together. So for the lips, I did 2 of my favorite lip liners, and if you love cool tone lips, you will love these. They are from Unearthly Cosmetics. Believe it or not, these are $6 without a code. It blows my freaking mind. But if you ever like decide to pick something up from them, you can just add 1 or 2 to your cart. So what's on most of my lips is the shade Khaki. It's like so perfect. Here, I'll do a little swatch situation there, and I kind of outlined my lips and filled them in, and then right here, and then at the very top of my like Cupid's bow and a little bit in the corners of my mouth, I did the shade Cafe. It's a little darker. And I love the way these look together, especially with this gloss from Patrick Ta. This is in the shade She's Expensive, and I think it's so beautiful. It's really giving like She's Expensive, and I love it. So most of what I did is the same thing I did yesterday off camera. I used the Spectra pencil in the shade Black in the waterline, and then I did some smudging action like along the top lash and the bottom lash with my Melt liner, the black one, and it's really good. But I will say, like, my eyes have been watering like crazy off camera, and I've been like just messing around and listening to my book and really wasting time. So it's been in my waterline for probably well over an hour, and it's not budging. So for mascara, I did the Tower 28 again. You guys, I'm so freaking happy to have this back in my life. I love it so much. I think it's so beautiful. My hair is like being so weird today. But for lashes, I did the Style Adorn again. Like I said, I pretty much did the same exact thing. And here is my favorite lash glue. It is the Duo. And Liz, I've had people ask me to apply lashes on camera, and I can do that. I'll try to do it soon. But really with lashes, it's like one of those things where practice makes perfect. A lot of people do lashes differently, but the best like advice I can give you is to get a tool like this. This is from Kiss. It's the Lash Couture, I think. I got it when I bought some individual lashes, but I'm almost positive you can get this separately. I'll link it down below. If something happens and I forget, please let me know, and I will like update you guys and actually add the link. I need to write it down, but my brain is crazy. So I have this one from Ardell, and as you can see, like, they're shaped completely different. So this one works too, but there's something about the curve of this one that just makes it easier for me. And if you look up, you can see that my lash actually does not start, I look crazy, does not start at the back corner of my lash line. It's actually in a little bit, and I don't know why, but that just seems to work so much better for me. And then you take this tool and you kind of just press it down, and it's so fast. The first time I did my I tried to do lashes, it took me almost 2 hours to put them on. I literally was so mad I cried. I like threw a fit. I know it sounds like so dramatic and ridiculous, but it was super hard. That's the whole point. And it's like one of those things, you just have to find the right technique for you. But what I like to do is look down, and I'll like make sure you bend the lash too. And a good pair of lashes, like, I know a lot of people rave about the ones on Amazon, and maybe I'm just not finding the right brands, but the ones I've tried, the lash bands are like really stiff. And the thing I like about the Bright lashes is like how like easy, flexible they are. If they're too bendy, that makes it hard too. So you really just have to find that medium, and you just got to bend it, add the glue, and then try to like lay it down. And it's okay as long as you get it in the center, then you can like look down. I usually pull my eye and then make sure it's like tacked like on each side, but the technique is to lay it down. Hold on, I'll grab a pair and show you what I mean. So this is the half lash in the style Whisper. They're really, really cute. Great name for them. They're dirty, so don't judge me. But these are a half lash, and half lashes are so much easier to apply than a regular lash. Let me get this old glue off here, but I'll show you. So you want to make sure you really flex this band as much as you can. I just take mine and go like this. And you see how it's like really tight? For some reason, it being like that really helps. And then you just like hold the lash upward, and then you set it down on the lash line. I don't have glue on it, so it's not going to stay, but you like hold it up like this, and you try to get it to hug into that lash line, and then you let it sit for just a second, and then you'll take your tweezers, where I don't have glue on, it's not sticking, but you get the point. You know, I can try to do it on camera soon, but I did want to just throw that out there in case more than just one person is wondering. It just takes practice though. And if you like are scared of messing up your makeup, I get it, because if you try to put lashes on and then you have to take them off, it messes up your mascara, and no matter what you do, you can't fix it. So what I would do is try, before you take your makeup off at night, just try to put them on and just keep doing that, and eventually you will get the hang of it. But as I was saying, I did want to talk to you guys about some color combos. Oh my, there's like so much you could do with this. So an obvious choice would be these three shades together with this shade on the lid. Let me show you what that would look like, at least the best I can on a hand swatch. But you could do like the purple throughout the crease, because this shade Storm has a blue tint to it, as you guys saw like in yesterday's look. So honestly, you could do the purple like I did yesterday, or you could do the pink, or you could do the pink in the inner corner, the purple in the out, with this shade to deepen up, and then use Coal Dust, which I freaking love, on the outer corner. Trying to wipe my hand off. But then use Another World. That shade is so delicious. I'm so sad that I didn't get to use that in either one of these looks. But at the same time, I mean, I really love the looks that I created. But I am looking forward to being able to put that on the face. But it does have like that purple shift. And there you can kind of like see it better. So I do think it would look better with the purple as well, or maybe just do like these two shades, and then that on the lid would be very stunning. It probably would be really pretty with this shade too. That's the MC1 shade. You see how it has like that blue like hue to it? It's really, really captivating. And like while I was creating these looks, I did mention a few other looks that I saw with this palette. An obvious choice would be these two shades, and then this on the lid. They're so beautiful. Oh, so gorgeous. You could also do something really easy with light touch and throughout the crease, and then the MC1 on the lid. A look that I want to do is one I did mention, which is, where'd it go? The Deep Abyss shade with this like tapped over the lid, because you can get that really sheer like light layer of shimmer, which is stunning. You could also do these shades right here and then do Allure on the lid, which would be pretty, or Dormant. Either one. Just being able to do like a green crease with the pink on the lid, and I sometimes forget, you know, you can do two-tone looks with just the matte and the shimmer. You don't necessarily have to have like a matte in the inner corner and then one in the outer corner. You could totally create more two-tone looks like that. But we also have this gold down here, which I feel like would pair really pretty if you did these two together and then did this on the lid, maybe in the inner portion, and then do the shade Gold Rush on the outer half of the lid. That would be so stunning as well. I really want to do a look where I do the grayable and pear on the lid together. And what color did I say I wanted to mix? That one would be pretty, but this shade, I feel like it would really bring those two colors together so beautifully. But you can see like the purple, pink, and then that like slight like bluish gray hue. So that tells you that if you do these three together with just that on the lid, would be stunning. This works for inner corner for anything. So does that. This is just such a fun palette. There's so much here to play with. This shade Allure makes the green play so beautifully with the pink as well. You don't have to do like a crap ton of shades like I do, but I also like, you see how like this is bright right there? So you get this gorgeous green smoky eye, but you still have like that bright pop of color. Just adds a little like extra pizzazz to the look, for lack of a better word. But I just love that, and that's what I love so much about special shades. And I've seen like people make videos like on like why they don't like special shades, and I can understand why some people might not. It just depends on what types of looks you like. But as I've said many times, my favorite thing about special shades are that you get that extra like hit of color when you turn your head a certain way, and you get that pop of color. It just draws people's attention. It's so stunning, and I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things, and I like to look at my shimmers and look at the shifts in them and try to pair all of those colors together with my mattes. That way when you put that shade on the lid, no matter which way you look, the shimmer goes with the mattes. You know what I mean? But it just adds that awe factor in there. But I could do more videos. I would like to go through my collection and pick out like some of my top favorite palettes and do a video where I show you guys like my favorite color combinations. I've done something like that. My favorite, I can't remember what I titled it, but I'll link that video down below. But I would totally love to do a round two, show you guys some of my favorite color combos to do. I think that would be fun. And not only that, but I would love to hear your guys's as well. I love finding new colors to pair together that are unexpected. Like the Gourmand Girls Peach palette, that palette still... the excitement I feel for that is because of me never thinking to pair those colors together. And then in that palette, you get this array of different undertones and different ways to pair them together. It's so freaking gorgeous. And I forgot to mention that in my spring palette video. And I don't know why, because I had it like on my desk, but for some reason I accidentally missed it. But that palette is one of my top favorites, and I cannot wait to pull that out for spring. But now I'm going to shut up about that, and we are going to talk about this. This is freaking gorgeous. Okay, I love the artwork of this one. It's really fun. I like the yin and yang type of situation we have going on here. This is gorgeous. Do I think it's like full on emo? No, but I do think it's like an emo celebrating spring at the same time, because you have all of that deep dark depth in here. You have the lighter shades. Honestly, this was a perfectly curated palette in my opinion, because it goes from really, really dark to really, really light. It's so beautiful. These shades that are in here are so like breathtaking and captivating. I have not used every shade in here yet. I do plan on using this like behind the scenes as well. Maybe doing some reels. I should actually have time to do that. But I just, guys, I love it so much. I had so much fun with this. It's so beautiful. I could not recommend it more. It's gorgeous. And those are first impressions. Keep that in mind. But I am very familiar with the Adept formula. I have well over like 10, maybe 15 palettes. I don't remember. But I am really familiar with their formula. And in my opinion, this so far has been such fantastic quality. And it may be my new #1 palette from Adept Cosmetics. I see this, like, out of everything I've tried so far this month, I see this like being at the very top of my March ranking. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But I had so much fun with this video. You guys are going to have to let me know what you thought of the looks. Let me know, did you guys pick this up? I would love to hear your thoughts, especially if you've already gotten it and you've gotten to try looks with it and everything. I do plan on also, I wanted to mention it, we're going to have a giveaway soon, because my 2-year anniversary is coming up. I'm pulling up the calendar. It is going to be on April 10th. So we will be celebrating 2 years, and I do plan on having a big giveaway to thank you guys for all of your love and support throughout this time. It's been such a whirlwind, and I'm just so happy to be here. And because of you, I get opportunities like getting a freaking palette from Adept Cosmetics. Oh, if you would have told me that a few years ago, I would have thought you was crazy, because I would have never imagined I would have ever had the courage to even start this channel. So thank you guys, and please know when I say that I love you with my whole heart, I truly, truly mean it. And I hope you subscribe if you haven't yet. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.